Great-grandmother used to save seeds in old envelopes tucked into the back of a kitchen drawer. Not labeled, not organized, just folded paper, soft and handled too many times. She didn't call it gardening. She called it being ready. Seeds weren't pretty. They weren't shiny packets printed on the front. They came from tomatoes that survive bad weather, beans that kept growing till it was tired, plants that made it through that almost took them out. Seed saving wasn't a hobby, it was insurance, because when money ran thin and the world felt uncertain, those seeds collected could start again. They meant next season wasn't hopeless. They meant food didn't depend on permission. And here's what we forget now: carry memories. They remembered the hand planted them, the dirt they grew in, the struggle they survived. Today, in 2026, we buy convenience. We replace instead of restore. We consume instead of preserve. Seed saving, it teaches something different. It says, slow down, pay attention, honor that grew despite the odds. At Blissful Spaces, seed saving isn't just about plants. It's about peace. It's about learning to keep what sustains you, to protect what feeds you, to trust the growth that doesn't need to be rushed, just cared for. Because when you save seeds, you're not just preparing for the next season. You're choosing creation over consumption, hope over fear. And long after that harvest is gone, those little envelopes, these seeds that I've collected over the years from my own organic vegetable garden, flower garden, herb garden, and fruit garden, they still whisper the same truth. You don't need more. You need to remember what already works. I kneel in the dirt where my roots run deep. Great-grandma's hands still guide my feet. From coast to coast, yeah, we cultivate, planting dreams in all 50 states. From Maine, cold mornings to the Cali sun, digging in the soil till the day is done. Florida heat makes the peppers glow. Alaska daylight help the cabbage grow. Texas wide fields, everything big. Arizona desert, but we still dig. New York rooftops, Jersey backyards. Every little seed gotta work real hard. Georgia peaches, Carolina greens, Midwest corn in the summer scenes. Colorado mountains, thin air and breeze. Washington apples hanging from trees. Louisiana spice in the humid air. Oklahoma wind, but we still don't care. Hawaii tropical, roots run deep. 50 states strong, the harvest we reap. I kneel in the garden like the queens before. Grandma's wisdom in every chore. From small town plots to the garden gate, we're growing life in all 50 states. It ain't just seeds that we activate, it's legacy growing in every state. This is a small collection of mason jars that I have set aside where I save my seeds. To you, it might not look like much, but inside these tiny mason jars is freedom, memory, and survival. For thousands of years, people saved their seeds. My great-grandmother did, my grandmother did, my mother did. They understood something we forgot. When you save a seed, you save independence. When you harvest and you save your own seeds, you're not just preparing for next season. You're building resilience. You're choosing self-reliance over dependency. You're making sure that no matter what happens in stores, in supply chains, or in the economy, you can grow again. Seed adapt to your soil. They learn your climate. They get stronger every year. A tomato grown from saved seeds adapt to your soil. They learn your climate. They get stronger every year. A tomato grown from saved seed isn't just a tomato. It's a plant that knows your backyard. It remembers your rain, your heat, your wind, and there's power in that. Saving seeds also saves money. One packet becomes hundreds. One harvest becomes generations. Instead of buying again and again, you grow once and multiply. But more than that, seed saving is a legacy. It's labeling an envelope or mason jars, passing a jar to your child. It's saying, this is ours. We grew this. In a world that moves fast, seed saving slows you down. It teaches patience, observation, care. You begin to notice which plants thrive, which resist pests, which taste better. You become not just a gardener, but a steward. Harvesting and saving your own seeds mean you control your food. You preserve diversity. You protect tradition. You build security. It starts small. One plant, one season, one save seed. But over time, it becomes something bigger than a garden. It becomes sovereignty in your hand. Plant it, grow it, save it, repeat. Because when you save seed, you're not just growing food, you're growing freedom. What would happen if the grocery store disappeared? Would you be able to eat?